Yo, what is up, guys? So today we have something very awesome. This is going to be a 1 vs 2 tag duel, super insane OTK. We're talking over 45,000 damage with a big brain play using an Inzektor. It is wild. I didn't even think about this combo, but if you guys like crazy Yu-Gi-Oh videos, drop a like on this video because this one will probably surprise you. It actually is not that bad over here. Usually these cheesy decks over here, we have insane amounts of damage. They're super hard to pull off, but this is actually going to be really consistent to pull off. All you need to do is go ahead and make a sold, and then you'll have real easy access to comboing. So basically, you go for the bread and butter play of a sold, which is just 2 warriors. You go ahead and just start dumping cards into the graveyard, and you're going to go ahead and summon Benkei. But there's a step further over here with this build. So we're going to go ahead and see Instant Fusion or any real other extender card over here. So the Renaud is going to go ahead and give him some extra cards. But the most important thing is really this Union Carrier, which allows us to go off, which is absolutely amazing. I didn't even think about this. Equipping Gigamantis big brain play over here. I didn't even think about this. This actually just makes any monster become its original attack, changing it to 2400, which is absolutely unheard of. Plus, of course, the Union Carrier boosting it up. I didn't think we'd see a upgraded Benkei, but it goes even further with being able to be a more viable deck. With this play over here, Power of the Guardians proccing itself multiple times, allowing you to protect the monster 6 times, which is insane. So this actually makes it a lot better. There's also Avermax over here, which makes it so your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, and then also their monsters can't target monsters for attacks except for this one. So it super protects your Benkei over here with Power of the Guardian, and on top of that, they can't target other monsters for attack except for this. Not that they really would want to target Benkei. So Benkei is going to get an insane amount of attack over here, because every time he declares an attack, and he can attack 6 times, not only does he get stronger and stronger by 500 every time by Power of the Guardians, but in addition to that, he can protect himself 6 times. Like, this is ridiculous, and the amount of damage is just unheard of here, and that's all due to being able to get that bonus with Union Carrier, making his original attack 24 plus the additional 1,000. And you can see, again, he gets stronger and stronger. He's going to go ahead and try to survive over here, but we already know nothing can stop the Benkei, dude. And I love this card as a kid. And this is just nostalgia for me, and I think for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players when you were a kid, you just thought of these, oh my gosh, you can attack so many times, like United We Stand. And I love these kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh things. And if you did too, drop a like on this video, because you don't see these things very often. But I actually was thinking that we can actually make this build even better in here, and to kind of give you guys the actual rundown of the damage here, because it's quite hard to go ahead and calculate. So how it works is he attacks the first time for 64, then 69, then 74, then 79, then 84, then 89. So that's a 45,000 OTK over here. Again, you could basically 1v2 in tag duels, and it's a pretty consistent deck to be able to pull this off. Now, we will have to disrupt our opponent if they happen to have monsters that would negate maybe some sort of effects in the combo, because usually they would probably try to stop his soul, but you never know. Sometimes they let that go through, and like, what are they going to do? Stop Benkei Kappa? But like, Benkei's effect doesn't actually activate. It's just that he can get an additional attack over here, which is really cool. But this was sent in by player at 313, and I think we can actually make this deck a little bit better. It's already pretty consistent. I mean, it's just a sold, but I think Forbidden Droplet would make this deck a lot better, because that way you can deal with your opponent's board, as this card makes it so your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to this. Therefore, you just go off with this, and then you're going to be good to go, because it doesn't make it so. It also technically halves their attack. Not that that's necessary when you're attacking for over 40,000 damage, but I think there's a lot of cards that you can benefit off of the graveyard, and some cards you just might not need at the moment, but other cards can cycle through things. So I think this would be a great addition to this if you wanted to take this deck a little bit more seriously. But let's go ahead and hop right into the deck profile, and I'll kind of explain things if I need to. But for starters, we got double Kaijus to go ahead and deal with potentially other boards. We got, of course, the Gigamantis. Again, I can't believe we see Gigamantis Benkei OTK, and it does 40,000 plus damage. That's crazy. But we got 1 copy of Gigamantis. Then we got Algier over here, and then we've got Olivier. And then we have, of course, 2 copies of Benkei, and we have 2 copies of the Sublimation Knight. This is just 1 card combo for, again, a soul. Then we have the lefty and righty driver combo. Again, 1 card a soul. We got Squeak Knight, it's used for the Sublimation Knight. And then we have the Roland, 2 copies of Renaud, 2 copies of Righty, 2 copies of Fire Flint Lady. This one is just another special summon. Again, stepping stones to make these other things. In some instances, it might be better to go for the Appaloosa first, because obviously they're going to want to go ahead and try to negate potentially the other effects that would interact, maybe some of the Flame Noble Knights. But again, you can maybe make this instead of like Avermax, because obviously that's just, you know, extra icing on the cake, but you can go for that as well. Then we got Instant Fusion, maybe disrupt some, you know, hand traps over there. Then we got 1-for-1, we got Regeki, we got the Lightning Storm, Reinforcement of the Army, Jack in the Hand over here, which is letting you reveal 3 level 1 monsters with different names from your deck, and you get to just go ahead and add one. It's a fantastic card too. And we have 3 copies of Golden Bamboo Sword, 1 copy of Reborn. We got 1 copy of the Called by the Grave from the new ban list. We got Swords at Dawn. Again, when you run Droplet, this would make it so you'll have those cards in the graveyard over there. And then we got Power of the Guardians, which allows the shenanigans to go off with, of course, being able to protect the card. Because remember, if the monster be destroyed by battle by card effect, you get to remove a spell counter. And since he can attack 6 times, he has 6 counters on him. So unless they're Kaijuing you, it's probably not going to be looking too good for your opponent. And then we got Phoenix Blade, we got Durandal, well, 1 copy of the Infernoble Arms Durandal, and then the Infernoble Arms, well, actually this is just 2 copies of the same card, Kappa. I just forgot. But anyways, next we got Broken Bamboo Sword, 3 copies of Cursed Bamboo Sword. Then we got the Psychic Blade over here, so you can pay, and then it will gain that much additional bonus attack over here. Not that it really matters too much, it's just another equip. And then we got the Mage Power. You can probably replace this if you want to. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you're getting so much damage out. I'm surprised we didn't see United We Stand. I would say that's another card that you can definitely make use of, but paying, you know, in multiples. Because max is technically 2,000. Anyways, I just think United We Stand, it would probably give you overall more damage if we're talking about min-maxing for, like, hype factor. But, anyways, onwards with the extra deck over here. So we got Flame Swordsman over into the alt artwork. We've got the Millennium Eyes Restrict again for this. I also think, just in case you match up against Spectre board, it's great to also potentially have a 1000 Eyes. But we got 3 copies of Goyo Defender. Obviously, again, it's just that 1 card combo for a soul, plus it gives you an additional monster. And then we got the Avermax, we got Sorry Yugioh, we've got 1 copy of Appaloosa, 1 copy of the Nightmare Phoenix, 3 copies of Isolde, and we have 1 copy of Ferocious Flame Swordsman, although you're probably never going to be summoning it. But it boosts them all up by 500, and if this card's linked summon is destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effect, or is it, yeah, well, it's in its monster doing target, a non-link warrior monster, and then special summon it. So maybe you can go for this, but the problem is you have to enter your battle phase and then have it maybe get destroyed. But I mean, it does maybe have its utility. But again, Union Carrier, the new build that allows the Inzektor Giga matches to go off, and then of course a Masquerader, so you can go ahead and utilize that for your Ben-K, you know, additional link play. So I like that it has like a kind of a follow-up. It's not just Ben-K and a bunch of equips. It's basically being able to go ahead and make it like more link focused and being able to still pull off a really cool thing. So thank you Player313 for the really awesome play. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you are new here, make sure you guys subscribe, turn the bell so you don't miss out on really cool, nostalgic, and even like this is like kind of a good deck. Like I said, I think Droplet would be like a no-brainer in this deck to make it a little bit more consistent at dealing with maybe an opponent's board turn 1. But I think that would be a great little suggestion. You guys can let me know your down below other suggestions, and if you guys want to send me other cool replays like the one you guys just saw, feel free to send it to azneyesreplays@gmail.com, or feel free to go ahead and send me a DM over on the Discord. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.